Yeah, we've written to the Attorney General.
Where the whole distribution business would be given out to a private concession as one whole concession.
Detailed work, and I have no doubt about the work you've done.
You know, the containers without legs, but as I'm talking to you, they can walk. The containers without wings, but they do fly. Hey, the land of possibilities. Anything is possible. We don't know that if these containers say no one is me shaping who, say no one is me far out, say no one here, you know. Up to now, nobody knows. Now, this is the matter of the ECG missing containers. This is the BJ Show with Watson Johnson. Kindly do all to subscribe, share the link, and also tell others about the BJ Show. The next thing is like the video for me. Follow my phone, subscribe, kakra, and any pounds also edge there. Now let me take you straight and then give you the update on whatever is happening right here in the Republic of Ghana concerning the ECG missing containers. This is the BJ Show with Watson Johnson. Don't forget to subscribe. You know, the Minister of Energy, Honorable Nsemiya Tuja. But before so Honorable Becca Sano, not too long ago, Honorable set up a committee, said, ECG, and then some of the findings, it is going to tell Ghanaians on our next step on how we are going to manage the whole ECG. Now, according to the report that was being presented to the minister, and they said, it will be good if we get another hand to manage the ECG as well. This doesn't mean that we are going to sell the ECG to private institutions, no. But rather, ECG alone, it's almost 1 billion. ECG, when IMF give a certain instruction, instead of them to use 3 accounts or 1 account, or more account base 24. The same ECG. The same ECG, I'm on mine containers at nine and this is the ECG. Now, according to the committee, someone can answer if we get the private sectors to come in and then also help the ECG to manage the electricity system, things will go as smooth as we can, and then as smooth as the country is what is looking forward to. Because according to the finding, if these private sectors, if they do come in, I would say how they are going to collect the revenues, and I say there will be another strategy for them to take our money. The people are not going to like Omai and say no, and then there will be no doom so rough dabi. Now yente asema committee need to Jani John Janapod in sending so to
where the whole distribution business would be given out to a private concession as one whole concession. Then there's option B, which we are calling the multiple lease, in which case the distribution across the country will be divided into several parts, and each of them awarded to probably a different private sector participator to operate and to invest in. Then there's a third option, which we call option C, the service franchise, in which case the private sector will operate the network, the low voltage network from the distribution transformer to deliver services to the homes. So those are the 3 principal options we considered, and the strengths and weaknesses of each have been identified and discussed in the report that we have presented.
Okay, so that's the finding of the committee. Someone wanted to minister and anyone. You know, minister, you know, I was saying, my minister be for Ghanaians to know, say, this ECG matter, we are not going to sell the ECG to any private sector. No. There will be ECG, but we know the ECG, we know their works. In quote, the things that they do, they don't tell you. And then you sit down and then think, actually, you are not going to understand. Because the work of the ECG, it is like the ECG is a scam work altogether. And also the minister also emphasized, this time around, the people not just containers, the people involved in this stolen containers, as soon as possible, there are some measures that they have taken to retrieve all those containers, and then those that they can't account for, they know a way, and also they have a way to take the monies back. And we see the energy minister they do that.
detailed work, and I have no doubt about the work you've done. Indeed, when we're putting up the committee, we're trying to put the best foot forward. And with the caliber of people we have on the committee, I'm not surprised that you've undertaken such a diligent, extensive, and all-encompassing work. What the committee is done is to consult almost all the relevant stakeholders in order to advise government on the way forward. Ultimately, what we seek to do is to ensure that we have reliable, affordable, and dependable supply of electricity. This exercise is not the end of the road. In fact, this is the beginning. We thought that before we undertake or pursue this step, we needed to consult broadly. And so this is exactly what the committee has done. And as you've just heard from the chairman, they've given us 3 options. Option 1, option 2, option 3. And in all the 3 options, it's quite clear that none of them talks about outright sale of ECG and its assets. And so I just thought that I should make it clear so that nobody goes to misquote us or misrepresent us to say that the committee has recommended that ECG be sold. In all the suggestions and the options, it's quite obvious that ECG will still remain the asset owner. And then, depending on which one we choose, we'll make progress. The next step from here will be to do a position paper to cabinet for the entire government to consider and approve the option that we will be pursuing, following which we would establish a project implementation committee. We would also have to get a transaction advisor, make this process as transparent and open as possible, with emphasis on local content and participation. And so we encourage everyone to support us and to ensure that we deal with the challenges confronting the distribution sector. Today, as we speak to you, on a monthly basis, we incur a deficit or a shortfall of more than 1 billion cedis from the distribution sector, and that has a cascading effect on the rest of the power sector players. And so clearly, something must be done. And what we are seeking to do is to reform the sector, get private sector participation, improve the system, increase revenue collection, and ensure that there's increased overall efficiency. And so, once again, let me thank the committee. This document will be put to good use, we'll assimilate it, and don't be surprised that we'll have to fall on some of you, even when it comes to the project implementation itself, because we are quite convinced that you've gained a lot. No, that's what we've done.
So, in relation to the containers, where are we? What's the update?
Yeah, we've written to the Attorney General to conduct further investigation with the possibility of taking culprits to court. We've also written to NIB to institute a proper and forensic investigation to determine the whereabouts of the containers. But I've also personally written to the National Security Secretariat to help us secure the remaining containers so that we can do a proper reconciliation of the containers. Because some containers are still stuck there. We need to secure them so that we can put them to good use whilst we pursue those that cannot be accounted for. Thank you very much.
Now we pray that things will go well for the Republic of Ghana, because this matter of ECG, you know, all these years, Nkrofweni call ECG, so ECG, over the past few years, they do whatever they like because of say a new set down call. But meanwhile, ECG, what cranium mamba, somebody by Yajman, Nasa near my back, Nasa motor one. Why wouldn't they be doing so? At the end of the day, you people will be blaming the government. That's why you people started blaming another down. Meanwhile, you people know say, what on here maybe. Now it is the turn of John Dramani Mahama, and you people also blaming him. Meanwhile, this is the BJ Show with Boatin Josant. Kindly do well to subscribe, share the link, and also do well to like the video for me. Thank you. This is the BJ Show with Boatin Josant. Don't forget to subscribe.